you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Happy to be here with you guys today. If you are a first timer to the Strat, then welcome. If you're a first timer to the channel, then welcome. I would suggest if you are a first timer, this is not the video you're going to want to watch. You're going to want to go into the learning tools or the learning tools play or beginners playlist that I've got for you guys on my channel. If you want, you can subscribe down below, click that button, but when you do, click that bell, because the bell gives you the notifications for when I send out videos just like this one, or when I send out my top 5 picks every day. I send out my main watch list with about 20 different stocks on there, tickers on there. I send out motivational videos, informational videos, learning tools, like I just said. I have a full learning tool playlist for you guys to go through. This one will be added to it as we look at broadening formations today. I know a lot of people who do the Strat have difficulty trading with broadening formations or drawing them. So I want to go over that with you guys today. Okay, you can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can comment there. You can ask me questions there. You can DM me there. There's no dumb or silly question, guys. I'll answer everything you guys need. So ask away. You can do the same thing on any one of my YouTube videos, okay? Just comment down below and I usually get back to you guys. It's usually within the same day, okay, that I get back to you guys. I'm pretty adamant on making sure I answer your guys' questions for you in a timely manner. So let's get started with these broadening formations. Like I said, I know a lot of people have issues and trouble drawing them because they can be drawn in so many different spots. Realistically, they can. And you can have broadening formations within a broadening formation, within that broadening formation. So I'll try and keep this as clean as possible for you guys, and hopefully it's something that you guys can understand. I'll try go slow, and we'll try work this out. And if you guys have questions, like I said, you can ask them on Twitter or down below on the video. So on Twitter, I asked for some requests for some charts. I got about 12 of them. So we're going to go through them and we'll just see where we can draw the broadening formations. We're going to work off of the daily, but I'll switch back to the monthly here and there just to show you guys. But let's start on the daily. So basically what I've done here, guys, is when you're drawing a broadening formation, you're going from the higher highs here to here, higher highs to lower lows, which I've done here, lower lows, or I've done here, higher high to a higher high. I don't know if I have another example of a lower low, but we can put one on here. Okay, and you can go back as far as you want to make this stuff to show the broadening formations. Okay, so this is the first one I drew, and I'll delete this and we'll click this down here. This is the ray tab out of the trendline tools, and I have the magnet on, so I'm ticking from there, and I can't click here because that's now a lower low. So I go to the higher high, okay, and then I find the lower low previous to that. And I could have gone here, and I went ahead, but I'm back here. I could have done, I'll show you here. So again, lower low to a lower low. And what happens is, if I show you, see those two black dots? That's where I drew my points to, from here to here. And this line just carried on, and we hit that line. It's not magic, guys. It's the way broadening formations work, and it's the way stocks work. We have higher highs, or lower lows to the highs, and then we come back down and tag the broadening formation. And then we come up and tag the broadening formation. And then we come down and tag the broadening formation. But, as I said, within this broadening formation, we can draw other broadening formations. Okay? So if we look here, we have higher highs here with reversals, okay? So I can draw from here to here, and you can see we tag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we break through and hit this one, come back down, hit the top of this one, and we continue to trend down. Can we draw them on the lower side again for lower lows? Sure, if you want to. We can draw them like this. I wouldn't suggest doing that. Can you go further down here? So we can tag this one here, and we can go to here, lower low to a lower low. And it basically just gives us the same thing. It still runs through these. See how this line comes right through? We tag, and we're back up. Okay, I'm going to take that one off. I try and put as little of these on my charts as possible because I feel for me it gets too cluttered, and I don't like clutter. When you simplify trading, trading becomes simple, okay? Or trading becomes simplified. So you can see here, we can add them in here as well, okay? We have higher highs, like that. So we've come down, back up. We've come down, back up. I've drawn one here, higher high to a higher high. We can draw one here if we want. Higher high to a higher high. So, but you see how that kind of clutters the chart. And it may work for some of you, it just doesn't work for me. I can kind of see these without the lines now that I've looked at them so often. But yeah, start by drawing your bigger ones, and then you have smaller ones within. So I'm gonna just take these ones out. I'm gonna take this one out. I'm gonna leave that one in, and I guess we can take. I'll even leave that one in. So even here, guys, with this broadening formation, higher high to a lower low, to a higher high to a lower low. Now we're going to come back up here. We may just tag this and come back down. We may go right through it, and we'd look for a tag on this one right here. Okay? So that's kind of the basis of how it works. If we go to the monthly, we can do the same thing. The problem is now the daily lines come straight up and down. Okay? So even here, if we go to the weekly shows up a little better, okay? So we still have it on the weekly. Lower low to a higher high, to a lower low, to a higher high, to a lower low, back up here. Now what are we doing on this inside bar weekly? We likely stay in here for the rest of the week, for today and tomorrow, which is Friday, or we come tag the bottom, and it's possibly back down to tag the bottom here. Sorry, to tag the top and then to tag the bottom. Or is it possible that we push up through? Okay, I don't know, but that's why we have the broadening formations in there. We might push through here and keep on going, and we tag the top again, just like we did here and here. Okay? Hopefully the guys that make sense to you. If we go down to the hourly to check that out, again, it becomes a little bit more cluttered. But you can see on the hourly now. And you can even draw broadening formations on the hourly if you wanted. But we keep tagging these higher highs, but we come down and we tag the top, and we come down and we come back to tag the top again. Can you draw them on the 1 hour chart? You can draw broadening formations on any chart. It doesn't matter. Okay, so even here, you can take this higher high and you can come down to here with it. And again, it's not a coincidence that that's our second point, and this line just comes through and we've hit again. Okay? And again, guys, we can draw these things anywhere, and I think that's why it's so confusing to people, because we can draw them anywhere. It doesn't, like, we can take this high right here. Here's a higher high. So we're going to draw from this point to this point, and we keep tagging it, okay? Higher high to a lower low to a higher high, and we tag it, and then we come down. Okay, and that's why it's so confusing to people, because it's not just this is where the line goes and that's it. There are multiple places you can put it, and there's broadening formations within broadening formations. Okay, so it takes a while, but go on your charts tonight and just practice, or go on your charts this weekend and just practice. Pick a chart or just go through the list. If you have a watch list that you go through like I do, go through that list and just put the broadening formations on there. Okay? We can go take a look at Apple. Apple on the daily. I'm going to try and get through all of these with you guys. And we might go a little quicker as we go. But Apple again. We go through these. You can go back as far as you want. I've gone back far, far, far in this one just to show you. Okay? I'm going to zoom out as best I can here. Higher high. If I click on this, where did I draw the original lines? So higher high to a higher high here, okay? And then a lower low to a lower low here. Okay? And those probably weren't drawn on the daily. I'm guessing those were drawn on the monthly. So if we go back to the monthly, and we zoom in here, there we go. Higher high to a higher high. Lower low to a lower low, and there's your broadening formation. Now, this one is somewhat unrealistic because we're not coming down this far. Okay? But again, there's broadening formations within a broadening formation. Right here. Okay? Lower low to a lower low. Higher high to a higher high. Lower low to a lower low. And you can see these tag exactly like they're supposed to. Again, these I think I've drawn on the daily, so they're somewhat skewed just due to the algorithms and the way the math works on these on TradingView. But if we go back to the daily, and again, I really hope this is making sense for you guys, and if it clicks for one person, that's awesome. Hopefully it clicks for a lot more. But as we narrow this down, and some people only do these up to this point. They might only draw broadening formation from here and to here. They don't want to look at this stuff. But for me, they have effect, okay? And they work. So if we go back to look at what I've done here on this broadening formation, you click on it, you can see the two black dots. I went from a higher high to a higher high. Yes, I ignored these little tabs here. They're not exactly the way they're supposed to be, but it's not exact, guys. We're tagging this regardless. We're tagging it and coming back down. So I've drawn here this lower low. So we've gone from a lower low to a higher high. And then look, we came back down to this lower low, which is my point here. And then we came back up, stopped here, and came back down. So I drew another one. And the way you draw these ones, I've taken, you're asking why I took this point. Because it's the highest point I can take. Okay, if I take it here, that's not the highest point. That is. I can't go up there because now I don't have a broadening formation anymore in the right direction. Okay, so that is what I draw. Higher high to a higher high. But you have to find this point first, okay? So again, I drew that. And even this one works. From here down to here. And we came back up and came back down to this original one. And remember when I drew my two dots, when I drew my line originally, they were these two lows. But then we came back and tagged. And what did we do? We went all the way back up. Okay, through this broadening formation that I drew and tagged here. Okay, and then we started coming back down again. And what did we do? We tagged the bottom of the broadening formation. Okay, so now as we get into this, I'm not going to draw one here because to me it doesn't make sense. But we could draw one right here if we wanted. Okay. Just like that. Okay, and can we draw one to the high side? We sure can. Higher high to a higher high. And there's our new broadening formation within a broadening formation. And we have a low to a high. Then we went back low. And I think we stayed low, opened here. And then we came back up and tagged. So what's next? We either break through this or we come back down and tag the bottom. Okay? So that is Apple. And like I said, this You can draw these lines anywhere. I can draw this broadening formation right here if I wanted. Higher high to a higher high. Okay, now I have a new one there. I'm not going to leave that in there. And then where do I go from here? Lower low to a lower low. And I have lower low to a higher high, to a lower low, to a higher high, to a lower low, and then we break through. Okay, I'm going to delete these because I don't want them on my chart. I am going to leave this one on here, and we'll see how that little one develops. But that's how we do it, guys. So if we go into BAC now, this is another one someone asked me about. Bank of America. Okay, and the more, I promise you guys, the more you do these, the easier they will become to draw. Okay, so Bank of America. I wonder if I have a lower one here. Yep. So Bank of America, we can go back as far as we want. And I probably, again, drew these on the monthly, but we have higher highs, lower lows, and we came back, tagged higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, and now we're coming back into the lower lows. Do I think we're hitting $8 in this range? No, I don't. But that's why we start drawing the new broadening formations, okay? So as we move closer into where we currently are on this chart, so let me zoom in a little bit here. So again, I've drawn this higher high to a higher high, okay? That's the top. Can I draw a bottom on here? I sure can. Let's pick it. There's your lower low, okay? And you can either draw it to there, okay? So if you drew it to there, that's fine. We have a higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. Could you draw one here? Yep. Higher high to a higher high. Okay? That's simple. Move that up. There we go. To a higher high. Okay, can we take this one out? Yep. So let's do that. Higher high to a lower low, to a higher high, to a lower low, higher high. Now we've got a new lower low here. Okay, and you can draw another one here, which I've done. Here, here, and we've come through, we've broken through, and now we're headed back up. Okay, this is the other one we drew. So again, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Could you draw another one here? You could. Back to the low, and now we're coming back up to see if we can tag up here on the top of this broadening formation. Okay, so there's multiple, there's a broadening formation, and then there's broadening formations within a broadening formation. And again, you can go to the monthly, you can draw them on the monthly as well, if that's what you guys want to do. But even these ones here, higher high to a higher high, and it follows that line, guys, and a lower low to a lower low. So again, are we coming back down this far? Probably not. Would be very unlikely, but it could happen. So you can draw just like this. This is your lower low. So you take the next lowest point, or the next highest point before the broadening formation turns around to go to the upside, if you know what I mean. So here, we have to go here. We can't go here. I'll show you. From here to here. We can't go here because then that doesn't make sense. So it's this one. We're not picking that one. We're picking that one. It's the one that makes the most sense. So we have higher high, or sorry, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Okay, so what happens next? Do we go up on the month or do we go down? Okay, that's how broadening formations work. And I'm going to keep going through them with you guys. And we'll just hammer away, hammer away, hammer away. And I'll get through as many of these as I can before my time is up. This may be a longer video, and you guys can scroll through if you want. Okay, so we move on to Pfizer now. Pfizer, again, we take this higher high to this higher high. And then we tag again, and we tag again here. Okay, and then we draw on the lower end of this broadening formation. Lower low to a lower low. Okay, so there we go. Low, high, all the way down here, low, all the way back up, high. Okay, can we draw another one in here? Can you guys see it? Right here. Lower low to a lower low. So what we've done is lower low to a higher high, then a lower low to a higher high. Okay, and then we've come back down to this lower low. We've drawn that line back up to the top of this main broadening formation. Higher high, lower low, we come right through it, and then we can draw another one here, lower low, and then we tag the top, higher high, and then we come back down, come back up, tag the top again, and then we break through. So the next point, we either tag up here or we come back down. If we come back down, well, then that's a higher high, and so is that. And now you have a new one if you'd like. But again, you guys can see how this stuff can get very, very cluttered very, very quickly. And I think that's why people get so confused. And I'll keep saying that because they think they just need to follow one broadening formation. You can have multiple broadening formations within a broadening formation, okay? So let's go to NIO. It's NIO. And on the daily again, higher high to a higher high. Those black dots represent where I drew the line. Okay, here to here. And again, we tagged and came down. Our lower low from here to here. So we had the higher high to a lower low, to a higher high, all the way up to here, down to a lower low, and then back up. But we drew a broadening formation within the broadening formation again. So again, lower low to a higher high, and then up here, and then we came back down to this lower low, and we're back up through this higher high. Can you draw another one there? Yep. From here to here, or there, whatever you want, and then we've got a higher high to a lower low to a higher high, and then we come back down again. But this is a reversal, so can you draw another one here? Sure. So from here to there, and now you have a lower low to a higher high to a lower low, and as it's reversed, we're going to look for it to tag in this 1787 mark. Okay, somewhere in that range, 17 to 18 bucks. Okay, and that's how broadening formations work, guys. They're actually quite simple once you really start to get the hang of it, and once you start to see them, and you'll see them everywhere. You can have another one here, higher high to a higher high, lower low to a lower low, or to a lower low. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's go to AMD. AMD. Higher high to a higher high. Yes, I drew through the line. Doesn't really matter. Higher high to a higher high. And then on our low side, I don't even know if we have one there. Okay, we can put one right there. So from here, that one won't work, obviously, because we're too high. So you would come to there. Okay. And even that one probably doesn't work. You're probably going to need to, in order to tie in with this, we would tie in, you can do there. I would go there. But it doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. So now we have our higher high to a lower low, to a higher high to a lower low, to a higher high to a lower low, and then we bang around down there for a bit. And then we hit the bottom of these broadening formations, lower low to a lower low. Okay, back up to this one, back down to this one, back up. Okay, so again, that's AMD. Alcoa. Someone asked for Alcoa. Again, higher high to a higher high. There's your top. Lower low to a lower low. Now, can you go to this one? Sure. There and there. Okay, that's not how I had it drawn for me, but you can put it to those points. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now we have our lower low to our lower low. So we go low to high to low to high, come back down, tag this top. Can you draw another one here to finish off that broadening formation? Sure. From here to here. Okay, and now you have one here, lower low, higher high. Lower low, can you draw another one here? Yep. We're not going to, so lower low, back to this higher high. Then we come back down to this one that we drew. And then we come back up. You can draw another one here, higher high to a higher high, which I've done. Then we come back and tag. Then we come through, but we have one here. So again, you can see how this stuff, I'll keep on saying it, can get very cluttered and very confusing for people. But continue to practice, guys. Continue to watch this stuff. It'll become easier as you do it. IWM, these are all tickers that people ask me to go through. So again, higher high to a higher high. This one, we can draw from here. Does that one work? It does. Hold on a second, I gotta get rid of this. This low is 187.55. This low is 187.72. So from here to here, it works. So we have a lower low to a higher high, to a lower low to a higher high, lower low, and then we keep coming down to here. Okay, I think so. These broadening formations I've drawn down here even further. Okay, here to here, here to here. Okay, we can go back as far as we want, and you can see how this thing follows. Look, it's tagging it exactly as we predicted from back here. Okay, so they are an important tool when we're trading with the Strat. They're important to have on your charts to see how the stock is moving. Okay, so again, if we come down to here, we've got a lower low to a higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. We broke on through to the other side. Just kidding. Yeah, so again, you can draw these things anywhere. You can draw one right here if you want. Just like that. Now we have the top. You go up, can you find another one? Right here, to the top. Whoops. There we go. You have another one. Okay, can you draw one here? You'd like to wait to see this reverse before you drew it. But if this did reverse, you could draw another one right here. Sure, if it reversed. Okay. Can you draw them to the downside in multiple spots? Yep. Let's look for that reversal right there. Okay, and there you have it. There you've got your higher high to a lower low to a higher high to a lower low that broke through. Okay, if you guys have questions on this, make sure you're asking me so I can help you guys out. I know this is probably one of the toughest parts of learning the Strat. Everything else is easy, guys. The candlesticks are easy. 2 ups, 2 downs, 1s, 3s. You know, a 2 up, 2 down reversal, 2 down, 2 up reversal, a 1, 2, 2 reversal, 3, 1 setups. They're all easy. As we start getting into this stuff, it's a little bit more advanced, but it will help you guys out to call stuff out like this. Like, if we look at this broadening formation, when I drew this, my dots that I drew, my points were here and here. Okay? So I know when I'm trading this, if I'm hitting the top of this broadening formation, I'm looking for that reversal. Okay? We are looking for this reversal on our trade. Okay? And I can talk about this in another video if you want. I know Sarah's talked about it before. But you have this 2 up, then you have this inside bar. We're looking for this reversal at the broadening formation for us to have a win. Okay, here's another one. Okay, we're looking for this reversal. 2 up, inside bar, 2 up, and then we have a 2 down. Okay, we're looking for that reversal off of the broadening formation. Okay, if we go to the bottom side to look at it, okay, 2 down, 2 up, reversal, back up off the broadening formation. Then we look for the reversal again. We get it off the broadening formation. Can you draw another one here? You probably could. Okay, you can draw another one here if you'd like. Again, what are we looking for here off of the reversal? This one was not great because this wick was so long. We had an inside bar, but we did come up off of that. 3, 1, 2 up. Okay, right here. I'll zoom in so you guys can see that. That wasn't the greatest trade, but 3, 1, and 2 up through targets, okay? Then we come back up to the top of this broadening formation like we talked about. 2 up, inside bar, 2 down, off of the top of the broadening formation. Okay, and then we jet all the way back down. Sorry, this is on Bitcoin, guys. So on Bitcoin here, we're looking for this reversal here. So we have a 2 down, we're looking for this 2 up. So you could have had a nice little gain here. And again, you can draw these anywhere. Can we draw another one right here? From there to there. Okay, can you draw one on the bottom side? From there to there. Okay, so now we have our higher high, lower low, higher high, lower lows, and we just keep on tagging the bottom of that low, and then we break through. Okay, so that's on Bitcoin, and it all works the same way, and you can do it on any time frame. Okay, LABU, someone asked me about. Okay, so LABU, I've got this drawn quite large, I think. So we've gone all the way back, way back. But you can see how this takes place, okay? Higher highs to lower lows, and then we come back up to the higher high, and we've come all the way back down, okay, to where we were in like 2019, pre-COVID. Okay, so do you want to draw these? And if we go to the month, you'll probably be able to see this a little bit easier on the monthly chart. There we go. Higher highs to a higher high, okay, and a lower low to a lower low. So here we've tagged, and then we came back up, and then we've come back almost down through to this range here. We're not going to get here. This is minus $5. It's not going to hit that. But, you know, where we're sitting now, you're at $5.89. So it can't go much further than that. And we are at the bottom of this broadening formation that we drew. So what would you expect off of this play? You would expect this to come back up because it doesn't have much more room to go down. Okay? So we're looking for this to come back up. And it might not come back all the way up here. We might only get up to here. And then what we have is this right here. Okay? So then we can look for this to tag the $23 range. Something like that. So this is on the monthly chart. Okay, so that's on LABU. QQQ. And I'm going to pick one random one at the end that I don't have a broadening formation on, and we'll just go through it, okay? So lower low to a higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Okay, so there's your broadening formation. That's all you do. Zoom out or zoom in. It doesn't matter. The further you zoom out, the bigger your broadening formation is. The more you zoom in, well, can you draw any in here? Higher high to a higher high. Okay, just like that. I picked a spot. Does this one work? Yep, higher high. Barely, but it's a higher high. Okay, you want to draw them to the downside. These become a little bit more tough, but here to here. Okay, and then you look, here's your broadening formation. high to a low, to a high, to a low, to a high, to a low, and then we break through. Okay, that's your broadening formation. Can you draw any more? Yep. From here to here. Okay, so you have your lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower lows, and then we've just been kind of trickling around off of here now. Can you draw any more? Right here. Actually, let's do it back to there and there. Higher high to a higher high. You can even do it off that inside bar if you want. Higher high, higher high. Okay? So now we've tagged the low, we've tagged the high, we've tagged the low. Here we come back up to that 307 mark. Okay? So that's Q, Q, Q. VIX, the opposite of SPY, the inverse. I've drawn far, far back on this one again. These higher highs to lower lows, and you can see we've almost came back to tag the tops of these. But again, we can do this. Higher high to a higher high. There's a broadening formation, okay? And if you want, you can move this down here. And there you've got your higher high to the lower low to the higher high. What are we doing next? Where are we going with this thing? Okay, can you draw more within here? Yep. Broadening formation. Lower low to a lower low, okay? And you want to draw another one in here, you can take it from here to here. Look at that. Outside of this wick, we went higher high to a higher high. And look, this isn't magic, guys. This is exactly the way it's supposed to work. Okay? Lower low to a higher high. We tag this higher high again, then we come back down, which we drew that point on, but we haven't drawn anything else from this point. This just follows the line. So we go lower low, higher high, tagged it exactly. And what are we looking for? 2 up, inside bar, 2 down. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, you would have got stopped out here, or you would have just stayed in the play, and you would have come all the way back down. Can you draw another one here? Sure. It's going to look funny to do this, so I'm not drawing that. But can you draw one here? You can draw them anywhere. Here to here, I guess, if you want. I'm not drawing it there, but you can see how this plays out from there, okay? So 2, 1, 2, you can draw another one here if you like. You don't have a reversal here, but you could draw it like that if it reverses to the upside. So that is on VIX. That's the last one I have. I'm just going to pick a random. Let me go into something here. Let's see. On the... Here, I know I don't have anything on here, so let's go to ES1. Okay, so we can draw... Oh, let's get rid of these. I do have stuff on there. Let's pick something else. ESI. Okay, ESI. So this one doesn't matter. Again, we can draw these anywhere. Okay, higher high to a higher high. Okay, we just missed tagging that. Can we draw lower lows to a lower lows? Here to here. Oh, whoops. So you have to pretend all... Oh, jeez. You have to pretend all this stuff isn't here yet, okay? We've only got this. So we've got lower low to a higher high. Come back down, not quite, but then back up to a higher high. To a lower low, to a higher high. There's your inside bar reversal that you're looking for. 2 up, 1, 2 down off the broadening formation. And then we come right down through the range, okay? Then we come back up. Can you draw different broadening formations in here? Higher high to a higher high. Okay? So now we have our lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Okay? Can we draw more in here? let's go back. We'll draw it from, and just practice, guys. Practice, practice, practice. Don't be Allen Iverson. Just practice. Look. Am I still going here? I still got time. I still got time. Okay. So we've drawn a new bottom of a broadening formation, okay? Let me delete all these. Look. Lower low to a lower low. And what has it done? Exactly. It's not magic. Okay, it's doing, again, exactly what it's supposed to do. These are our lower lows along the line. We drew from here to here, and then this line extended. Came close to tagging, we tag, we tag, we tag. Okay? Then you can draw, here's your new higher high. So from here, because if we go up here, we don't have it anymore. Okay, so this is our next highest high that we can use. Okay? Higher high to a higher high. We just about tag. We're not quite there, but we have this higher high to a lower low. Back up to the higher high. Come back down. Come back up. Come back down. Come back up. We're just missing these, but it's close enough that you guys can see it's reaching these broadening formations. And then we come back down. And then we come back up. And then we come back down. Can you draw another one up here? Yep. So from here to here. Okay? Again, higher high, lower low. Higher high, lower low. And again, higher high. It's not magic. It just happens. Okay? Isn't it amazing? It just happens. Higher high, higher high, higher high. There you go. So now we either break through to the next one or we're coming back down to 19 bucks on ESI. Okay? I don't even know what this thing is. I just typed it in to show you guys. I can write in some, let's type in Sam. I don't even know what Sam is. Here we go. Boston Beer Company. This will be the last one we do, guys. Okay, and let's do this one on the monthly and see how this one works out. Okay, so where are we drawing this thing? From here to here. And from here, I guess, to here. We'll pick one more maybe. So we go lower low to a higher high, to a higher high, back down to this lower low. So that's not a great example. Let me try pick another one. What happens if I do fat? Is there a ticker symbol fat? There you go. Fat brands on the NASDAQ. On the monthly chart. Man, these guys all had really big runs. Okay, let's go from back here. Higher high to a higher high. Where do we draw this one from? This one here is 224, 219, so we can't do that. Well, then I just go further back. Okay, so let's look at this one first. Lower low to a higher high. Let me come back down to these lower lows to a higher high. Okay, can we draw more in here? From here to here. Now we've created a broadening formation within a broadening formation, okay? Lower low to a higher high. To a lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. Then we broke on through to the other side. And these are a little tough to draw. I'm not going to draw one here. But you could draw one here. Okay. So coming from there, Could draw another one here, coming from there. Okay, so we have this higher high, down to a lower low, to a higher high, to a lower low, and we just come back down through the range again. Okay, I think I got time for one more, so let's just see what POL brings up. POL, Polaris Media. Okay, and again, these are on the monthly. You can do them on the monthly. You can do them on the daily, weekly. It does not matter. You can go from here, higher high to a higher high. And then I don't know where this one's going to play out yet. We can draw it there for now. It might change. Okay. Can you draw more broadening formations in there? Yep. Higher high to a higher high. Okay, we just missed reaching that top there. We can draw the bottom side of this now. You can draw one here. Cannot draw one there. From there to there, then you've got your lower lows to your higher highs. Let's zoom this out. And that's kind of what you got for POL. There's not a lot there. Okay, let's try one more. LAM. What is LAM? Okay, here we go. On the monthly. Higher high to a higher high. Then we're going to draw our, or we want to pick this from lower low to a lower low. Okay? So we go low to the high to the low. Then we come back up to the high. Where are we going next? Can you draw more broadening formations in here? Yep. From here to here. Okay. Then you can draw this one from here to here. Okay. High, low, and we're just tagging around waiting. Okay. Can you draw another one in there? Yep. Right there. Okay. Low, or high, low, high, and then we came back down to the low. So guys, that's broadening formations, I guess, not really in a nutshell, but that's how it works. So hopefully this makes it a little bit more clear for you guys. If not, let me know. I can try and do another video. Ask questions, and then I'll put them in that video. Okay? So that's the video. Keep learning, guys. We are the Griswold gang. I think I'm going to coin it that. Hashtag Griswold gang. So hopefully you guys are learning. Keep watching the videos. Keep getting that screen time. You guys will train your minds. It'll be like reading, writing, or breathing. I promise you that. So until the next one, guys, bye-bye.